Welcome back, project managers. In this video, we will look at what kind of projects is traditional approach will work. What kind of projects will agile approach work? If I'm working on a kind of project, should I use traditional predictive approach or should I use agile approach? So this is more of an introductory video where I will give you some idea where agile approaches will work, where predictive approaches will work, and this idea will help you while preparing for the PMP exam. Now, when we talk about project work, the project work can be either definable work, right? That means the scope is very well understood. I know what I am doing, what are the kinds of deliverables, and to a certain extent, I'm also very clear how to deliver, right? There is clarity in terms of what I need to deliver and how to deliver. Let's take, for example, you are constructing a house. Now, the house is something, right? We are all very familiar. There is nothing like new things probably, right? You may try something, but more or less a house is very well understood. We know that a house will have a drawing room, it will have bedrooms, it will have a kitchen, it will have like bathrooms. You need to provide tiles or granites, you need painting, you need doors, windows, right? So more or less, you know the scope. There is nothing that's going to surprise in a house construction. You have done similar projects in the past. There are examples. Even if you have not done, you can just visit some other house and understand what is the kind of project it is. The procedures are very clear. The level of uncertainty or risk is reasonably lower. I'm not saying it's zero. You still will have uncertainty and risk. But since the scope is much more clear and then the execution strategy is much more clear, I would say the uncertainty and risk is reasonably lower. Now that is definable work. But you can also have highly uncertain work in the world. That could be on an exploratory mode. For example, some kind of like R&D project. You do research and development. Say, for example, you are trying to develop a vaccine for a pandemic. Now, that's something, right? You cannot plan well in advance. You don't know what you are expecting. What will work, what will not work, you don't know. You have to try. And then you need to improve, right? There are a lot of iterations and a lot of increments that has to happen in the project. You might not have done similar work in the past. And for such projects to be successful, you need to collaborate with subject matter experts. You as a project team alone may not be able to come with a solution. You need a lot of inputs. You need people from different backgrounds. And such projects, you can expect a lot of changes, right? You might have started with some objective, and as you go down the road, things will change. The requirements will change. The expectations will change. The features of the product will change. So that is highly uncertain work. So you can have a definable work, you can have a highly uncertain work. Now, from the explanation, you already know for which kind of work traditional predictive approaches will work, right? Certainly, traditional predictive approaches will work for definable work. Because since my scope is more or less well understood, I can have a very well laid out plan upfront. I can clearly define the scope, freeze the scope baseline, estimate the schedule, estimate the cost, know exactly what to expect from the project, and then move on into the execution. Whereas highly uncertain work, I don't have that freedom, I don't have that flexibility to freeze everything upfront. Now, I need to start with probably a kind of like prototype, maybe like a minimum viable product, MVP kind of things I need to develop, then show it to the customer or the stakeholder, get their feedback, improve further, then again present it to them, get their feedback, and then move on. So, a highly uncertain work, an agile approach is much more suitable. So, look at your project. Your project, is it well defined? Then probably, right, predictive approach is well suited. If your project is highly uncertain, you do not know what to deliver, you do not know how to deliver, then think about agile. That's what I wanted to say in this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.